see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard, out of sight and out of mind. It must be crazy to live so aimlessly, and yet so confined. We survive. We are fighters and we break the odds alive. We break the odds alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we Tell me why we're gifted with such insight, but we're so blind to the demons that we all fight. Is this really by design? And if so, then what happened to our human side? If we can't let go of the hate in our souls, then I fear we've wasted our lives. We survive. We are fighters and we break the odds alive. We break the odds alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. We are fighters and we break the odds alive. We break the odds alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. I'm here. Somehow we survive. Siamese, I know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard, out of sight and out of mind. We must be crazy to live so aimlessly, and yet so confined. We survive. We are fighters and we break the odds alive. We break the odds alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we Tell me why we're gifted with such insight, but we're so blind to the demons that we all fight. Is this really by design? And if so, then what happened to our human side? If we can't let go of the hate in our souls, then I fear we've wasted our lives. We survive. We are fighters and we break the odds alive. We break the odds alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. We survive. We are fighters and we break the odds alive. We break the odds alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. Somehow we survive. Siamese, I know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard, out of sight and out of mind. You must be crazy to live so aimlessly, and yet so confined. We survive. We are fighters and we break the rise alive. We break the rise alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. I'm here. Somehow we Tell me why we're gifted with such insight, but we're so blind to the demons that we all fight. Is this really by design? And if so, then what happened to our human side? If we can't let go of the hate in our souls, then I fear we've wasted our lives. Eye to eye, we survive. We are fighters and we break the rise alive. We break the rise alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. I'm here. Somehow we survive. We are fighters and we break the rise alive. We break the rise alive. Even when you're on your own, you don't walk alone. I'm by your side. I'm here. Somehow we survive. Siamese, I know your name.
It's looking new. It's looking swank.
5. Okay, that's the set I'm taking.
It's
Okay.
just 6 sixes.
So,
It's 6, 5, 2, 5, 4.
Nice.
okay.
That's pretty solid.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So once you have those numbers, place them. Okay, so have you got like a Word document up at all?
Yes.
Okay. What you need to do is one.
Mikasa. Sorry, I'm testing my mic because my mic's a bit wonky. Mikasa.
Okay, so you're going to need to make a 6 by 3 tables, so that's going to be 6 along and 3 sort of up and down.
Okay. Just a moment. Holy Jesus!
Gonna say, don't choke yourself to death.
No, I'm not. Even though that would be extremely satisfying.
Okay.
What?
Ew.
Well.
Well,
Doing a
so
thing because it can.
yes. So
85.
I probably need to make a new.
Yeah, you probably need to make a new
altogether.
kind of character sheet with the name.
Yeah.
Well, like keeping everything about your name, weight, age, gender, level, class, attire class, gimmick, race, wrestle bucks, and wrestle points.
Oh yeah, that stays.
Yeah, that stays, but the hit dice and the hit points will change because of the following changes that.
And also, I need to change kind of like the song because I don't believe people are so addicted to songs like I am.
Hello. Okay.
Fashionably late as always.
There he is.
Hello.
Miss Universe.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I've been going through my house finding things to sell because I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow's
yeah.
a big leave.
Yes. I've got a huge ass bloody amplifier, my bass guitar, a few effects boxes. I'm selling a lot of musical shit.
So, oh wow! First, I was writing name. I accidentally wrote Bane.
That works.
Yeah, it works, kinda.
How is that? I don't know. I think my volume on stream's really quiet for some reason.
Oh.
And we had. It's good that we got the issue sorted with Brian's cast, actually.
Yeah, because I noticed like it wasn't like only Brian's mic was on, and I was like, Brian, you do realize that everyone else's mics are turned off, right? And it was like, shit!
Oh, fudge!
Ow! Bang!
Oh, fudge! The lady's right!
The Legion of Doom!
Yes.
But yes. Ladies and gentlemen,
But yes.
sorry about some temporary audio issues. Welcome! Ring Warriors! Ah, tis Friday yet again. This week, something a little bit different again. Because we are basically reorganizing the characters with a new system that's fully in place. Everything's reworked. It's ready to go. There are some elements that kind of aren't reworked, but I'm basically going ad-lib with them until I have officially done them. Because fuck it, I can't wait any longer to bloody play the game again. So basically what we're doing in this stream is, as the stream implies, re-rolls with a new system, which I went into detail about last week. Main gist is, we're just gonna sort it out. Done.
Yeah.
Sort it out. Now, I don't know what's happening, but I have a strange feeling something's wrong with my stream output. Because my microphone volume is down the tits, and I don't know why.
Also, I need to
At least I
turn
think
down
so,
the volume.
Unless people can
Volume a
confirm on the stream that my audio level is fine, which if it is, great. But according to my little volume dingle dangle thingamadoodle, I'm a little bit worried that it's not coming out to the levels I wish it to come out at. Which, if that's the case, I'm going to have to increase the gain somehow. Please let me know during the course of this stream. Thank you very much. Right. So, without further ado, let's get the shit started. So, of course, I am joined this week I'm only joined by the three peeps because two of us are kind of out still. I'm joined by the Tash, the Fox, and the Vinny.
So,
Yeah.
Hello.
And so we are going to be constructing things and making things great. Now,
Making things great again.
yes.
no.
Wow. No.
We can
Okay.
make things chaotic again.
So effectively, just so people understand, this doesn't mean the people's characters are going. They're not. It basically means they're the same characters, we're just making sure their stats are aligned with how the new system works to make sure they're still fun. Of course, this is also bearing in mind that if characters had like specific low stats for a specific reason, aka Erg being a dumb bum, then we'll probably be incorporating them. Volume-wise, it's a little quiet, but it's still audible. Okay, I need to tweak that a bit because this, well, it shouldn't be this low. I don't know. It may be because, as you can tell, I've got my new boom arm in, which has allowed me to reposition the microphone, which is bloody fantastic. But this obviously means the gain needs to be increased somewhere. So, bear with me.
Okay, so Foxy, where have you gotten up to?
I'm actually, because I like to keep it nicely formatted, I am at the point where I have written main stats. Next is proficiency bonus.
Oh, well,
You can get rid of that.
Oh, there is no proficiency bonus anymore.
Proficiencies have been completely removed.
Okay, so hit die.
So effectively,
Just toss away.
proficiencies have been completely removed from the game in order to alienate the thing around just use your proficient moves that you're better at anyway and you just win all the time. Now it's a little bit more diverse, so you can just pretty much pick from anything on the move list and go crazy, which is nice.
Okay.
That's the main
so
thing
it's
around it.
the-
Especially if
is
you're going to go
the
from
hit
punches to
dice
drop kicks to
same?
suplexing to dunks. Thank you, Erg.
Thank you. No worries. I aim to please.
Yes.
and Foxy just asked, is the hit dice the same? Your answer, please, sir.
Hit dice. Foxy, I can tell you, but your hit dice, and everyone's hit dice, is now a 12-sided dice.
So it's the same as it was before, except that I had +1 on it before.
And that could change. Depending on how you've rolled tonight. On Let's Roll!
Yeah, which I already rolled.
Love it. Okay, so just so I can write this down on my end.
So
Foxy.
attire class is next.
So that has not... I don't think that's changed depending on what you've picked. We'll go through that. Foxy, do you have your stats with you? Because I'll write them down.
Yeah, I haven't actually written them down yet.
Okay, please do that.
But yes, but there is this nice little factoid that I actually need to write all of it again because well, why would I write this all again since I can just
Dom?
erase
Yeah.
it mainly?
Yeah, Dom.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send you my updated character sheet so that people can like kind of look at it as an example?
Yes. That could help.
Okay, I'll send it over to you on Facebook.
I'm cool.
Okay, so proficiency is gone. That's what I will work out later. I just overstrike it right for now. Die is there. So then there is the HP.
It
Which
sent
was-
you on Facebook.
Oh, lovely.
It's formerly it was 20. Is now 27.2. I don't know. Because I'm wrote the same way I earlier, except my wit is going to be counted down one bit because I didn't have the possible. Or was there an adjustment for it? I can't remember.
Yeah, Tash, yours is pretty damn on point. You've got yours.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you can use mine as an example, like, sort of. So, okay, so
Have
I
you chosen
mean,
what
how-
your weight class is, by the way?
Cruiserweight.
Yeah, your cruiserweight. Tash, did you select your weight class? Because I can see you've written your weight classes down, but I
Yeah,
don't think you
yeah.
picked one.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, I kind of didn't do my research on like sort of weight classes and things, and I'm having a look right now to see. Hang on, weight classes. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see.
Bearing in mind, you being a boa constrictor, you can be between light heavyweight to super heavyweight.
I'm just looking at the I'm just looking at the I mean, she's quite muscular, so
I would say almost heavyweight.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably say she's. But did I actually put down a weight for her? No, I did not.
No.
Because super heavyweights are
Just-
there are just huge problems with that class in normal WWE as well.
True.
in that case, then is there a light heavyweight? I know that seems a
Yes,
bit.
there is.
Is.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at the BMI.
Okay, so while that's happening,
Yes.
so I'm probably placing the things the same way they were before. So that's which means that cunning is going to be the 6.
Yep.
And then wit is going to be 5.
Yep.
Smart is going to be 5.
Yep.
Toughness is gonna be a 4.
Oh, yep.
And power is gonna be 2 because power was always my weakest stat.
Okay, yep.
And that leaves just 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to actually roll one more.
Oh,
I
was gonna
thought
say,
you
'cause
were
you're-
already.
yeah, because you're missing a step for appeal.
Yes. And that's. Well. That's 2 now.
It's up to you. I'll let you re-roll it.
Yeah, I'll re-roll it.
1, 1, 1.
2 again.
Ah!
It is destiny.
Let's see. Third time's the charm.
Uh.
3.
Hey.
Hey,
Well, 3 is better than 2.
that's
True.
fair.
November. So you've got power of 2,
Yes.
cunning of 6,
Yes.
toughness of 4,
Yes.
smarts of 5.
Wits 5.
Oh, your wits was 5.
Smart. Yes. Smarts was 5 as well.
Yep.
And appeal was 3.
Brilliant. I've got that all on here. So, those are classed as your base stats.
Okay.
Now, on top of here, you now have what are known as your harm and favor stats. Which is, so for
Just
example...
a moment.
Oh, no
I
worries.
need to tune into your stream because I don't have it on at the moment.
How dare
I don't know. How
could
dare
you?
I? How dare
I thought I trusted you, man! Anyway.
Anyway.
Consider yourself right here.
Mm,
Consider yourself watching the live stream.
I'm here, but I see only the basic thing.
You see the what?
I see the basic.
The
I don't see the normal. I don't see Tashi's the character sheet or anything.
Oh, that's a point.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, thoroughly? Oh.
Wow.
Let me just get this sorted. Bear with my... Where is my Word document thing? It's gone to plat... Wait, let's... Stuff it out. Window cap. Add source.
So initiative is the same thing as before. So just flat d20. I believe.
Wait, give me one moment. Hey, there it is. Right.
Now everything is just black.
Oh.
Bear with me. Just editing.
There we are.
Editing what this looks like. Right.
There we are.
Me just go. Put it behind all of the. I don't like you. And. How are you? There. Yeah, why aren't you? Oh yeah.
Do you have a Mac?
No.
Why does your word look like that?
Oh, because I have the Mac.
Yes.
Oh.
She is Mackie.
Oh yeah.
I have
Shun
the Mac.
the Mac believer. Shun.
No.
I won't
It's,
shun anyone who buys Apple's products. I just laugh at them because they bought Apple's products.
I actually have
Oh.
to say that Apple products are great for people like you, Tashi, because they are meant for like artistic people.
Thank you. Yeah, and like the main reason why I have this is because I can run Pro Logic X on this, which is like
Yes.
a really good music sequencing
Very
program.
useful.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was for my like university course. So
Yes.
Okay, so what I'll do is
I've
I'll
got-
effectively scroll up the Word document as we're going through things to explain the new updatey bits. So,
Okay, so there is this thing I need to actually.
let me make that a bit cleaner.
Yeah, because there is like I can actually save this up right now, and I will send it to you through Facebook, so you can see the basic idea which I have, which means that I almost need to make a new character sheet again.
20.
I was gonna say, do you want me to make like a blank version of
Sure, that would be
The-
nice.
like? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna make a blank version of this so that
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be better. Here we are.
yeah.
8. 90. Perfect.
Can I ask a personal request, Dom, of Erg? Can he have his own weight class just because he can't understand that weight class is just generalization? No one else weighs like Erg, so he's an Erg class.
Oh god. Erg will,
Weight class
well-
mountain.
Erg will still have to have a proper weight class.
He'll be super heavyweight, but he won't know it. But he'll just
Oh
refer
yeah,
to
of
himself
course.
as
Like
Erg
you can
class if
roleplay
anyone
as if
asks.
it's like, okay, I need the super heavyweight rock guy right over here. I'm rock weight.
I know an Erg weight.
Erg weight. I judge you. Yeah, you judge your own weight by erg. So it's erg weight.
Yes. Okay, so
There we
taking
go.
that
That's
off.
okay. That's a little bit cleaner. So now I can scroll up the Word document to basically show more of the basic idea of things as I'm explaining things.
I gotta look you up from here because I have gotten a lot of messages between our last messaging shenanigans.
Mhm.
Yes.
I will also put the character sheet up in the Ring Warriors chat in the Discord. So if anyone wants to like borrow the like layout for the time being, then okay. And then I just need to get rid of.
This should be the most up-to-date version I have so far. So if you can update things with the new base for the character sheet, I would appreciate it.
Yeah. The only thing I haven't put in is like the whole race details and like your class sort of details. So it's like what your class can do,
Mhm.
because obviously, right. So first of all, Facebook for you, Foxy, so that you don't have to lose count
Mhm.
and stuff.
So effectively, I was playing this whilst Foxy's getting himself set. So
Mhm.
effectively, for what I have on screen on the stream at the moment, to use as example, this is how the new character sheets are basically, or character layout of their skills are going to work. So this is your stats. As you can see, you have your main stats, which are directly underneath the names of said stats. So power, cunning, toughness, smarts, wits, and appeal. They're still the same, and all that jazz. But effectively, what we've done is we've removed proficiencies, We've removed things such as skills, because I've actually reworked the name of the term skills in how you're. So now you have individual style skills rather than character skills. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can't use actual out-of-world skills, because you can. But it's more so just up to you as to what you want to do, and up to the GM to say, okay, you want to do this? I'm going to let you roll this one, unless you can come up with a quirky idea of how you do that, and then it might change what stat is put into play. So effectively, your core stats are right there. So in Lavania's case, we have 665, 463. Sorted. Now, as you can see, above those main stats are your favor stats, and below those stats are your harm stats. What does this mean? Well, effectively, the harm and favor stats are what you roll in case they say, okay, you attack with favor, or you do this ability check with harm, or anything along those lines. So instead of rolling and adding your main stat, you roll and add your harm or favor stat accordingly. So in other words, if I was to say, you want to lift a really big rock.
I do want to lift a very big rock.
Lovely.
Hi.
If you want to lift a very big rock, I could say, okay, you want to lift that very big rock, but your cruiser rate, you're gonna struggle to lift that very big rock. So you roll with harm. So you would roll your 20-sided dice, which in my case landed on a 17, but I would only add 3 instead of 6 because I'm rolling with harm. Simple as. But let's say I was rolling with favor, and I'm like, you're a big, strong man, but don't need no assist. You can lift that shit. But if I rolled it with favor,
no man.
Yeah, and if I rolled it with favor, that would be, I just rolled it now to an 18, and that would be 18 plus 9, making it a monster win. Well, obviously depending on the difficulty set by the GM and all that jazz. But so effectively, that's how it would work. Or if I just said, yeah, just roll it. You would just roll it, and I just got a 4, and I would just add 6, because it involves my power, but not necessarily using favor or harm, so I'm just doing it to try my luck. And it's basically as simple as that, and that's how it works throughout the board. And then there are some skills or some things that your character does in their wrestling style that involves using your main stat, your harm stat, your favor stat, all that jazz when it comes to damage output, to skill checks, and all that jazz.
And the blank sheet is up on the Ring Warriors Discord chat. I'll put it in the group chat as well.
Might as well.
Yep.
So yes, effectively when you have all of these stats, things can get, well, it basically streamlines it and makes it unique enough where it's not just Dungeons and Dragons style of stats. The only thing that feels Dungeons and Dragons-esque about this is the fact that you've got your 6 main skills, your 6 main stats across the board. But the reason why I've kept with 6 main stats across the board is because these 6 stats represent what your character is able to do. A wrestler needs power. A wrestler needs cunning. A wrestler needs to be tough. A wrestler needs to be smart, witty, and have some appeal behind him. So it makes complete sense to keep that all in. But the mechanics needed to change, because if they don't change, then the copyright lords will be upon me.
And that wouldn't be good.
No, it would be bloody terrible, and I'd be crying in my pillow in jail.
Yes, and it might not be alone in your cell.
Exactly, I might be sharing my cell with such a wonderful member of a prison known as Babyface.
Yes.
Who likes my face and my butt.
Yes. Exactly.
Puts a
So
whole new
attire
definition to
class
the...
is going to be not marked yet because I am going to add it later, even though I'm not gonna change what I have so far, I believe.
Okay.
Like,
Oh,
it's just
I rolled new stats.
I
I
mean,
mean, they rolled perfectly for Erg. I mean, I matched they match up quite nicely. I've got a 6, 2 5s, 2 4s, and a 1.
I know where that one's going.
Clearly. Well,
So
nah.
I think my gimmick was spy.
Yes, it was.
I can't remember what my gimmick was, but it was the long line of wrestlers.
I think the well, I've got my player's handbook up, which is now updated to its newest version.
yeah.
Now with the full changed updates of all the wrestling styles, which I'm so happy I completed. Yes, I think you went with the next generation gimmick, whereas you are the second, third, or even further generation of a wrestler
Yeah,
down your
that's
family
it.
line.
Definitely it.
That's it. Yeah, because then your item passed down from your ancestor is the rock that you keep losing and picking up a different rock, thinking that that's it.
Oh, update. His current rock is a glass marble that says "Thank you for coming to Japan."
Aww.
It just says Nippon Manju.
Yeah, it says in Japanese, but he can't read Japanese, and he thinks it's just his rock being weird.
The Oriental rock.
He's just having a phase.
It's a thing, okay? He's having a thing.
He's Japanese one day, boring and brown the next.
Yeah. I'm just reading the like updated things, and on the creator climax on the setup on page what page is that? 56. Where it says add double your proficiency modifier when attacking.
Oh yeah, I haven't updated that bit yet.
Okay.
Because I've
Just
updated the character stuff. The climax stuff is next on my list at the moment.
That's fair. Okay.
I have 1 wrestle point at the moment.
Yes. Okay, Vinny, where did you put your points? Where did you put your stats?
Right, I've got a 6 in my power.
Yep.
My 5s are in toughness and appeal. My 4s are in cunning and wits, and the 1 is in smarts.
And wit. Lovely. Lovely, because I can roll with that.
And I wrote it down this time.
Yay! Okay,
And
so
tomorrow
whilst...
I will be playing Rust.
Yay! I love Rust.
Yes,
Rust
we are
2
playing
though.
an event.
Ooh. Okay, so whilst everyone's getting themselves sorted,
So I quickly, a quick question.
Yeah.
My 2 toughness was. Wait a minute. Power was 2. Toughness was. I said that stats for you, Dom.
yes, so I've got your powers 2, your cunning is 6, your...
Just a moment.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Your toughness as 4,
Yo.
smarts of 5,
Yep.
wits of 5,
Mm-hmm. And
and
appeal was 3.
yeah, that's it. And so, just so you guys know, if I point to the sheet, as you can see on the sheet with your favor and harm stats, harm is calculated by taking your big stat and halving it, and the half rounded down, in case it comes up to decimals, etc., is your harm stat. The half rounded up is is added to your main stat to create your favor stat. So, for example, if you have a 6, half of 6 is 3, so 3 is your harm stat, but then half of 6 is 3, add 3 onto 6, your favor stat is now 9.
Okay, so my favorite stat is for toughness, which is 4. It's 6. And my harm stat then is 2.
Yep, you got it.
And favor is 4. And harm is just 1. Oh wow, that actually plays out beautifully. So that's smarts is that's 8 because of the thing that my smarts is 5. So rounded down, it means that it's 8 because it would be 8.5 otherwise.
Now, what number was this, sorry?
This was my smarts. So
Okay.
favor would be, because my smarts is 5, my favor would be 8, because otherwise it would be 8.5.
Yep, that's right.
It would be 7.5 if it wasn't rounded, actually.
Would it be?
Yes,
Yeah,
it would
it's
be,
7. 5 times 1.5 is 7.5. Rounded up is 8. I'm just literally in my head reciting. It's like it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normal, and then it'd be equivalent 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9 for favor, and 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3.
Okay, so my cunning is 6, favor is 9, harm is 3, favor is base stat is 5, favor is 7, and harm is
My favor is 8 because it was
2.
rounded up on the favor and rounded down on the
on
harm.
harm, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put the favor to 7. Are we going to do the favor rounded up and harm rounded down, or
Yes.
are we
Yeah.
going to? Okay. So favor is 8, then, and that's actually also 8, and that's appeal, so that would be 4.5, so that's 5.
Nice.
And that's
Yes.
2, and wow, my appeal harm is 1. Because it would be 1.5 otherwise.
Yes.
My smarts favor is 2.
Nice.
Nice.
I've got a harm of 0, and I get the feeling that I'm going to get harm on every single smarts roll because I'm erg.
And then you're just going to keep quitting all the time, and it's like, I have a burst of intelligence.
Yes.
Only if I'm trying to identify another wrestler.
And that means that my thing is done
Yay!
with
Huzzah.
the.
There's only one thing I don't know for my character sheet, and that's my HP.
So HP wise so HP's changed for everyone. So HP is now everyone has the same hit or health dice, which is a D12, and then at level 1, your health is 12 plus your toughness, and then from level 2 onward, you would roll the 12-sided dice and add your toughness on top.
Okay. So I'll be.
Right, I'm going to re-roll my health now, so I go by that. It's just easier.
Yeah.
So if I was to do this if I was Tashi, for example, my starting health would be 12, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Starting health would be on 20. No, wait, no. Why am I adding 12?
I was going to say, like, so it's 12. Yeah, so it's
1, 2, 3,
12
4, 5,
plus
6.
6, so that'll be 18.
Yeah, so you would have 18 health at level 1. And then if I randomly rolled for level 2, even though it's probably going to be bad, 4!
So it'll be
8. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which adds up to 28.
Do you know what's fucking weird?
What's that?
I just rolled the exact same number.
what?
I'm 28 health as well. Like,
So I need to roll. So what's the? Currently, I have 27.
Okay, so first of all, when you're at level 1, it's 12 plus your toughness modifier. Toughness stat, not modifier. So toughness stat. So what's your toughness stat?
Plus 4.
no dice.
Okay, so that would be 16.
16.
And then, 12 plus 4, that's your toughness stat. Okay, and then at second level, you roll your d12 and add 4 on top of that, because that's your toughness stat.
Oh wow!
So that's going to be 7.
Yeah.
So,
Big health for big boys.
so I said it was 17 for you, right? No, 16?
16.
Yeah, 16. So 16 add 7, that's going to be 23.
So I'm going to be nerfed 3 health points.
Was that 7 adding on your toughness?
Yes.
Oh no, that's 3. That's 3 plus 4. Like,
Okay. I
yeah,
wasn't able to
Yeah.
see the stream at all or anything, so.
that's fine.
So there we are.
Nice. And then, Tash, what's your HP, just so I have a copy of it?
Okay, my current hit points is 28.
28.
Mine is also 28 for clarification.
Sweet. Yes, you are. Well, got that sorted. Now, who has not added their racial stuff? Because I know Tash has.
Me.
I haven't.
Okay.
I have not.
So I'll go to Vinny's first because it's on my main sheet.
All
I
right.
probably should have added the racial stuff first.
Well,
Because
we'll tweak it. We'll tweak it. It's fine.
Yes.
Just in case it affects
Yeah, it's fine.
toughness or anything. Right. So, Vinny, you are a fold mountain agricon.
Fault block. Yes.
Fold block mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I have you as fold mountain? Oh, fold
I don't know.
block. In.
And
That's
the one that
amended.
explodes.
Oh yeah, the one that has seismic plates, which has been slightly amended.
No.
Which I'll go through with you. So you have a +2 in your power and a +1 in toughness.
Oh, so I'll increase my HP by 2 then.
Yes.
Because if I'm adding 1 twice. Yeah.
Toughness
I've got 30 HP.
6. 30. 30.
I have 12 favor and power. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's that. Now, seismic plates. How seismic plates work. These agricons will burst into shards once damage is dealt. if this Agricon is brought down to below 50% of their maximum health, so I think last time it was
the same
worded-
trigger requirement.
basically,
But-
yeah. I think it's just worded better. Because last time the wording was all over the place. The stone skin will begin to shatter and shoot out. Any creature within 15 feet, so now it's anything, not just opponents, must roll a toughness die. And I will explain how this works, because this is something new. So when I say roll a toughness die, I don't mean your d20 plus your modifier. What this is stating is that when I'm saying roll a toughness die, you're taking a d6, and you're rolling that. And so in this case, any creature within 15 feet must roll a toughness die. If they roll lower than your toughness, targets take 1d6 plus your toughness in damage from the shooting plates.
In short, stay at range.
Yep.
Because
Basically-
I've got 5 toughness.
Basically, if you're coming to halfway, get out.
It's just like, I just imagine the scenario as everyone groups together just to throw me at someone, so I take 1 point of damage and explode.
Yeah, so let's say for example, I was random McDude, beating down on Erg, and then all of a sudden
That's
Erg
never
drops
happened
below
yet.
50%
Don't
health,
insinuate.
and I have to roll a toughness die. I would roll my d6, and luckily for me, I actually landed on a 6. So because I reached that, I'm fine. I dodged the plates. But let's say I rolled again and I landed on 1, like I have done here. It's lower than your toughness, so effectively, I'd get my ass kicked.
1d6 plus my toughness. I've become quite formidable now.
Oh wow! I actually started adding my lovely racial
Racial
stats.
stats?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Just,
my cunning.
Sorry, Foxy. Just to check, you picked Red Fox as Aryan, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
So that makes my cunning as 8, which
Yep.
means favor is 11, or is it 12?
12
Even?
Yeah, that's 12.
12.
is 8 times half of 8. Well, 8 plus half of 8, sorry. So 8 plus 4, 12.
My favor is 12. My smarts grow up to 6, which is 9 in favor and harm 3 in harm.
Yup.
Are you mocking me with those smarts?
No, I'm not mocking you. I'm just cunning.
Because your smarts are so high
He's
and mine are
just
so low.
cunning.
I'm just cunning little bastard.
I'm cunning.
So
I know exactly how to slam dunk people.
yes.
And yeah, so for the most part, the Azarian racial abilities haven't changed. So you're an environmentalist, so you don't roll harm in tough terrain and adverse weather conditions.
Yes.
Which is nice. Right,
Yes.
you're all sorted. Right, now we're going to the big thing. Big things being the big style changes.
Ooh.
And because this is the first one on the list, Powerhouse. So I'm gonna check this against what I have. I have everything updated for AC as well. Okay, so Vinny,
Is like armor staying the same?
pretty much. So reinforced tights you start with, which gives you, which is 13 plus your toughness.
What?
Wait, what? Say that again?
Obviously, this is bearing in mind that things may change, pending. Yes,
I mean,
that's-
like, if I'm adding my toughness to this, it makes sense because the roles are changing as well.
yeah.
So
13 plus your toughness will bring that to
18.
18.
I believe, yeah.
What, for a tire class?
Yes, and that's for Vinny.
Oh.
You get either... Did you pick the pair of elbow and knee pads or pair of grappler gloves?
I can't remember which one does which. I know what it is from what they do.
Knee pads, grappler gloves. Check my equipment.
Let me get a working lighter.
See. Elbow and knee pads is... Oh yeah, these need changing. These need change. Okay, don't mind that yet, because I need to edit. I need to update those. That's on my list. And then once those are updated, we can sort those. Right, so... Powerhouse. Now, suplex pack and powerbomb pack is still the same at the moment. And I believe you went with... I want to say you went with a suplex pack because of the whole idea of suplexing trains.
What came in the suplex pack?
That was...
I think I have
Back
it. some-
down the page. Suplex pack. A 15-pound dumbbell, a rolled-up mat which covers a 10-foot space, a set of casual clothes, and a set of t-shirts with your signature on them.
Yeah, that's definitely the one I took because they've got my signature and they've just got a big picture of my face on them.
Nice.
And I need to throw them into the audience at my next show.
Oh yeah. So, your unique skill, which every style has, and I've reworked a few of these. Your unique skill is break it down. You can roll a power die to attempt to break anything you see that is breakable. This can be a door, a weapon, etc.
Right. How would that have to work then? Like with a power die, would it be
That would be your D6 one.
D6? Would it be lower than my power?
So yeah, if you rolled lower than your power when you wanted to break
I'll
something,
always
it
pass
wouldn't
that.
break.
I'll nearly always pass that.
Well, there you go.
on a harm, I need to roll a 5 or a 6 to fail that.
Yeah. Obviously, it would depend on obviously what you're rolling for, but there you go. You get the gist.
Yeah.
Now, larger than life is still pretty much the same. That did not change, so that's still look at a guy within 30 feet, try and intimidate them. But now, instead of obviously the saving throws, it's now they have to roll a power die higher than your power or be intimidated by you.
And I'm assuming the intimidate would cause them. Would that still be disadvantage or would that be harm?
That is now they have harm on their next attack.
Right. Awesome.
And you can use larger than life equal to your power and must take a rest to restore uses.
Oh, that's handy.
And then, because you're level 2, test you still have test of strength, which, as far as I'm aware, hasn't really changed still. Let me see. You can put them in a test of strength where you grapple to decide who is the strongest. You both roll a power die against one another, and the highest roll wins. Whomever wins the roll gets to throw their opponent up to 10 feet away, dealing 1d6 damage.
With that, I'm guessing, does my power not factor into it? Only the roll.
Like
Oh.
when I say roll a power die, it's just a raw d6, but it's like it's as if you're like rolling your stat die against one another to see who's better.
Right.
So it's like it's not
It doesn't matter how strong someone is. If they do it, there is always a chance they could win.
exactly
Got
because
it.
wrestling is unpredictable, and anything could happen.
Yeah.
So that's effectively what you'll have at the moment. You're all sorted.
Sweet.
Coming up to Lavanya with the brawler style.
Mhm.
Did you pick spring hide or reinforced?
I picked reinforced.
Okay, so you'll basically have the same as Vinny, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, which means my attire class goes up to 19.
Ooh.
Nice. So with that done, you have a pair of brawler's gloves, which at the moment I'm reworking, so don't worry about what that does yet. Obviously, the clothesline or drop kick pack, which I know you've written down, so I think you're good.
Oh, yes.
Then your unique skill has changed.
Ooh.
Your unique skill is now called Shadow Strike. So now,
Okay.
as a bonus function, you can roll a power or cunning die against an opponent to intimidate them with a fake out punch. This can be used out of fight as an intimidation technique, or used in fights to make opponents roll a die versus yours. If the opponent's roll is lower than yours, then they have -2 AC on the next attack made against them.
Sweet. So, for
Nice.
example, if I made a power or cunning die against an opponent, per se, the opponent has to roll a die versus mine. If they roll lower than mine, then they have a -2 AC on their next attack made against them, which would benefit me greatly if I wanted to punch them again, and it would give me a better chance of hitting them. Woo!
There you go.
Sweet.
And if you're in a team battle, then you could use it just before somebody's about to use their finisher or something,
This is true.
and guarantee it, almost guarantee, or not guarantee, but increase the chance of it connecting.
There you go. Synergy.
Yes.
But I'm going to be abusing. I won't lie. Since you said I have 8 uses of larger than life, I'm going to be abusing the absolute toss out of that.
Yep. So next up is your abilities. So level 1, the old 1-2 is pretty much still the same. It's changed a little bit to remove the whole proficiencies thing. So now, as a level 1 brawler, you can attack with another strike after you land the first strike. You do not add your power or cunning to the roll of that strike's damage. So your first one, like for example, if you were doing a power-based punch, you would roll damage +6 to do some monstrous damage. But then the follow-up punch will just do the straight die damage with nothing on top, at least to begin with.
Okay.
And then
what sort of damage die would that be?
so I'm basically reworking the move list at the moment, but effectively
Okay.
everything on the move list will be a single d6 damage-wise, and then damage will be amplified depending on certain stats, be that obviously your power, because now I'm going to be working the whole move list, so the move list now isn't just going to consist of power and cunning moves. It's now going to have power, cunning, toughness, smarts, wits, and appeal moves. So any of those moves can affect any of your stats, and you can basically use any of them to varying degrees depending on what you want.
Cool.
Fun times.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Yay.
So when you hit level 8, you will be able to add your power and cunning, and when you hit level 16, you can roll damage with your favor stats instead of your raw stats.
Ooh. So that's gonna be fun.
Raw damage. And then the stances, they've pretty much not changed. Designate your chosen stance from the list below and claim the benefits that comes with them. You only have one stance active at a time, and a second stance at level 10 and a third at level 20. Which one did you choose originally?
I chose Strong Guard.
Strong Guard. I don't think Strong Guard changed much, but I'll just double check.
I will read to you the following.
Yep.
You know when to. Oh, sorry. I mean, you can if you want, or
I know. Have you got written down the original Strong Guard, or?
I will read you the following. You
Okay.
know when to put your arms up to defend yourself. Roll a d6 when an opponent hits you with an attack. That score is then subtracted from the overall damage dealt. Can be used 5 times within a single encounter.
Yep, it hasn't changed. So you got it.
Alright. Sweet.
Shave damage off because you can. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically you, Self, for the moment as a level 2 brawler. And
Sorry? Yeah.
Sorry, did you hear me?
I kind of zoned out for a second, so sorry. Could you
Sorry.
repeat that?
Sorry, I just said that's basically you set up for your level 2 brawler.
Ah, sweet. Okay.
Which leads us to the Foxman.
Mhm.
Foxman. Don't know why you're Foxman, but let's go.
Yes.
So, you start with Springhide tights.
Yes.
Spring in your step.
Yes. Springhide tights, 11 plus cunning, luchador mask, and suplex pack.
Yes. So, 11 plus cunning now with your new stats. That actually give you an AC of 19.
Ooh. Oh.
Don't know where I'm going with that. That was just-
I have no idea.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, you got that. Your luchador mask. Which pack did you pick?
Suplex pack.
Sweet. Your unique skill basically hasn't changed. It is still for the people. So as a luchador, you are a wrestler of the people, and as such, the people will gladly help. With your mask on, you may approach anyone nearby and ask them for information about something you wish to look into, and then the people will try their best to give you, or at least give you that information, or at least gather it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Then for your skills, level 1, it is still Guerrero and Mascalado, but this has changed. There have been some major changes with this, with the Luchador. So,
Mm-hmm.
starting off, from level 1, as long as you wear your mask, you may... I gotta add there's a typo there, because a word missing. You may roll with favor on appeal die, but harm with cunning die. But when you take your mask off,
Okay.
or when you lose your mask, you become someone nobody knows and gain favor on cunning die, but harm on appeal die.
Okay, that's kind of breaking my character, actually.
That's just the Grey Fox.
In a way, it also just runs the whole idea that in Lucha, it's the whole idea that your mask is your character, and once you don't have that on, no one knows who you are.
I get that. I like the idea. It's the Grey Fox. Just
Grey Fox takes the mask off. Where's he gone?
Where
no, I'm
did
a
he
red
go?
fox. Jeez.
Okay, so that's changed a little bit, but now your level 2 stuff is actually split into 2 new skills.
Okay, just a moment. I'll need to correct the typo there. And then I need to get a new page because I'm running out of space.
Pages.
So what was it was the Masquerado.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So how much did you move this? Because you never remove your mask, but if you did, you would be completely invisible as long as you wear your mask. You may gain advantage on checks. You take your mask off, or when you lose your mask, you become someone nobody knows and gain advantage on cunning checks instead. So that's basically, isn't that the same thing?
Basically, but I think you're reading an older version.
Yeah.
Because
Can you paste me the new version in the...
Yeah, it should be the new pinned version in Discord.
Just a quick question, Dom. Like on the subject of when fighting in a ring, etc.
Yeah.
Like would just as a move, as a setup move sort of thing, would I be able to throw somebody against Irish whip somebody and then proceed into a kick or a headbutt or something like that while they're running back at me?
Oh yeah.
Could I do that in one turn?
Yeah. So
because I know how it's. like, how would that affect my movement, like, sort of thing? Would that be my movement to be throw them in the Irish whip to set them up, and then whatever attack would be my attack?
In a way, yeah. So like if you didn't
Right.
move that turn, but they were within range to be thrown, you could
I get you.
you could use your movement to do the Irish whip, and then effectively do a follow up with like standing headbutt to smash them while they're running back towards you.
I have an idea for something funny. It's all good. Also, I will be bringing, like, I remember back in the days when I used to play SmackDown versus Raw on the PlayStation 2. I always used to Irish whip people and just give them a heavy kick to the face.
Oh yeah,
And so that was just one of my favorite moves.
love it. I'm actually planning on live streaming that because with the whole wrestling thing going on, I really want to do some old school wrestling games again.
That would be amazing to watch. That would be so much nostalgia. I'm gonna have to dig out my PS2. I have to dig out my PS2, find my memory cards, and just get my characters back.
Oh hell yeah!
I would actually need to get myself new controllers to PS2, and then I would have like 40 games which I could stream.
Nice.
Because PS2 is something I got a lot of games on still.
Oh god, I've got more than 200 PlayStation 2 games in my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I lived 5 minutes away from a shop that sold them, like, for £3 each. Like, and I was like, yeah, I'm going.
Very nice.
Okay, so that's the Guerrero and Mascarado sorted
Yes.
out.
Viva la raza.
And then is that... Wait a minute. Ooh, cool.
You got
I
two
actually-
new skills for level 2.
Yes.
And allow me
Yes.
to say this for the people at home. So, Foxy,
Mhm.
Liam Cyber O'Reilly, the
Mhm.
Luchador. I'm leading towards this because I really like what I did here. So, your level 2 skill has now been split into 2 different forms. You have the level
Yeah.
2 skill known as Masked Power and the level 2 skill known as Cunning Deceit. Starting with
Mhm.
Masked Power. Your mask is like your source of power. With it, you can achieve greatness. From level 2, whilst you are wearing your mask, you can roll 1d6 at the beginning of an encounter. That number represents how many times you can roll damage with your favor stat for this encounter.
Mhm.
Which is pretty baller. Then Cunning Deceit. The mask you wear is so iconic that without it, you are but a shadow. From level 2, whilst not wearing your mask, you can roll a cunning die versus your opponent's cunning. If you roll higher, you can approach your opponent without being detected and attack as a sneak attack. You have favor on hitting your move and can roll 1d4 plus your cunning on top of your damage die.
Mhm. Hmm.
Because if I was
So
to
I
make
need
someone,
to-
if I was to make a style of a go-to rogue, why not the Luchador? Because no one would expect that.
Yeah, and also, so I need to choose one of these now.
Oh no, you have both of them.
Oh, cool.
Mask power is when you have your mask on. Cunning Deceit is when you have your mask off.
Oh, cool.
Mask on, mask off.
Basically.
Wax off, wax on, wax on, wax off.
Lovely. So since we're going through the changes to level 1s and level 2s, I might as well go through the rest of them. With Extremist, the Extremist unique skill of Stick It to the Man is still the same. Point at a guy that's an authority figure and try to basically create a riot around him. The old Reliable has changed. So from level 1 you can pick a weapon from the list of weapons to become your reliable weapon. And your reliable weapon allows you to add your power's favor stat for damage calculation when using it. And then also at level 1, they still have outside the box, but this has changed. So from level 1 when you commit... Oh no, that's basically stayed the same. So you incorporate your weapon into your move and roll the weapon's damage instead of the move's damage. Sorted. Then self-infliction has gone through a big change. Because this went through a minor change originally, but now it's even bigger. So as a bonus function, before you attack an opponent, you may roll one of your health dice and add the resulting roll onto damage calculation for this turn. Then you can add an additional damage at level 7 and level 15. Brutalizing. I love it. That's up to level 2 with Extremist so far. Level 2 with Strong Style has changed quite a bit. So Strong Style still has the unique skill of bandaging themselves up and increasing the amount of healing they do to people. Hard and Fast has changed a little bit. So now, from level 1, your elbow and knee strikes roll damage with your favor stat equal to your cunning per encounter. And then at level 2, with Knife Edge Chop, from level 2, upon chopping at your opponent's chest, you may deal 2d6 damage instead of 1. And when the chop lands, you may roll a d4 and attack that many times with the same chop this turn. It's just repeated chops to the chest. Ba 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 ba.
Choppity chop.
Choppity chop. Okay, next. High Flyer, which I was looking forward to editing today. Unique skill, again, hasn't changed. High Ground gives them favor on any checks that require you looking out for objects whilst you are on a higher surface than others. Then Flying Without Wings has changed. No, Flying Without Wings is the one that hasn't changed. The skill that was alongside Flying Without Wings has been completely removed, because that skill was just so that you did different damage on different die instead. Well, you did different damage on different skills instead of the other ones, but because I'm changing the moveset anyway, it's null and void now, so removed it. And then I amended Slingshot, which is their level 2 skill, which allows them to slingshot themselves off of their surroundings towards an opponent, and it adds a d6 onto your damage roll as you slingshot yourself. Sorted. After that, we then have the icon. And then from the icon, I actually still need to incorporate an iconic skill here because I forgot. The icon kind of doesn't have one yet. Need to fix that. So inspiring figure, their level 1 skill has now changed a little bit, more so with the typing. And then uses of inspiring figure, which is a typo, so I fixed it.
There is also a typo in one other point.
If it's up near Luchador where I think it is, I have just amended that now. So I'll do a quick mini update after the stream to make sure that the typos I found are fixed. That's the only way.
Because there was suplex with what's the apostrophe S? It should be with the ES, I believe. Suplexes.
I was going to say. I'll fix that. That's fine. So yes, inspiring figure really hasn't changed. It's just more so of a wording issue that's been changed. So that's absolutely fine. Then iconic move has slightly changed because iconic move was originally based around proficient moves. Now that's changed completely, where now your iconic move is separate from your climax move, but just simply deals double damage die instead of the regular damage die. And effectively, that's everyone sorted out for level 2 so far. Fun times indeed. I also like the fact that I have created a full-on weapons table, in case people haven't noticed. From common weapons, such as the steel chair, the table, and the bag of thumbtacks, to uncommon weapons like light tubes, brass knuckles, and baseball bats, to then exotic weapons, such as pistols, rifles, hidden shivs, laser weaponry, fireballs, and thunderbolts. Because why not?
Oh wow!
Okay.
So the damage of these can be disregarded, because the damage on the tables of these weapons are going to change from damage to how many turns they last until they break. Because now weapons are going to have break statuses, where
Ooh.
when you pick up the weapon, you roll the respective weapon toughness die on that weapon, and effectively that weapon has that many turns you can use it for until it is broken. Unless, of course, you do things like set up the table and then it will immediately break once someone's put through it.
Mm-hmm.
Or fun things like that. So that's being amended. That's one of my next big things I'm working on. Gimmicks may go through a mini rework, but effectively they're going to stay the same. I might even be adding a few new gimmicks in there that I've had some great ideas for. So we'll see how the gimmicks go. Creator Climax is going to have a bit of a major update. More so to go into more detail as to how the Climax works. For everyone that has their Climax moves sorted in stream, by the way. As I sneeze.
God bless you.
So. Ow.
I was going to say, bless you.
So your Climax move is now based around your. When I get to reworking the Climax system, effectively every style will have their own damage amplification onto their Climax move. So now all Climax moves will deal D12 damage.
Okay.
But what is added to the D12, such as is it your power stat, is it your cunning stat, is it this, is it that, is it what, will be dictated on a table. So you'll be able to find out what stat boosts your Climax move depending on what style you obviously run with.
So my Climax move is 1d8, so that move is changed to 1d12.
Yes.
And plus cunning.
At least for a
yeah.
moment, unless it changes. But I think it pretty much is going to be cunning for Luchador. I'll see.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I'm going to do with that. There's going to be more of an explanation as to how the Climax works when it comes to Climax levels. And of course, the Climax level tables will be updated to remove anything revolving around proficiencies and just adding some more quirky stuff so that they make him more interesting and more fun. And then, of course, the GM section is coming along quite nicely. The next big thing the GM section is going to include is a breakdown of the different match types. And I've already started work on that, so I've got details on standard rules, no disqualification, and unsanctioned matches. And then, at the moment, I'm going to be writing down details for tables matches, Steel Asylum matches, cage matches, ladder matches, on a pole matches, a tether match, over the top matches, and battle royal matches. With specialty matches coming into play later. Because specialty matches is where we go into the fun stuff. Specialty matches is where we go into deathmatch rules.
So there is a little question that I could ask now. That all the checks, because I have bygone check, awareness check, conditioning check, and perseverance check.
They're gone.
Those? Oh, they are gone. Okay.
Yep. All of it is gone.
Okay.
Because
So
you don't need that anymore. So basically, the reason why I've removed that is because effectively, for you as a player, if you want to do something, you just let me know what you want to do. And then it's up to the GM to determine what you roll with it. So there you go. So it gives the GM a more creative control as to how they can implement the different stats for different situations. It also gives you, the players, a little bit more leeway and a little bit more creative freedom as to how you would want to do things. Because the trick with getting rid of that table was that, to me, it was restrictive. And it basically meant that, okay, if I want to do this, I have to use this skill. I can't do anything else. It has to be this that determines how well I do this. I wanted to get rid of that, so now let's go back to the situation where you wanted to lift up that heavy rock again.
Yes.
So, of course, if you're a power-based character, I want to just lift that rock, maybe even balance it on my pinky. Go for it. You'll probably use your power. However, because you're a little bit more cunning, you could potentially use your cunning to convince someone else to do it for you because you're cunning like that.
That's actually a nice update.
Or someone who may not be of a heavier weight class to lift a big rock may be able to use their toughness stat because they may be able to use the old health and safety, line up your legs with your shoulders, bend properly, lift properly, to then be able to lift it. Or be able to use their smarts, wits, or appeal in a similar sense, if you know what I mean. But of course, if the player doesn't come up with anything interesting, the GM will have to dictate it. So now, if the player just simply goes, I wanna have a look at this and find out what's happening, I can just go, okay, roll a smarts check, see what you can see. But if you go, I want to see what's happening, but I want to see what's happening through the eyes of this guy by asking him what's happening down there, you can go, okay, roll an appeal check to then get the information from that guy you're talking to. Because you've added specifics. Ooh, creative.
Ooh.
So again, it's to increase the level of roleplay by giving you more creative control, both on a player level and on a GM level at the same time. Hopefully it will be really fun, because then you'll have some really interesting situations where if you come up with an interesting way of doing it, then different die can be used for all sorts of different situations.
I shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done what?
I was just curious to see if I would have rolled again with a health stat. It would have been critical 12 plus 4, so that would have been 16.
Plus what you already had.
Yes, I had 7.
Well, with that said, I think everyone was here at least, pretty much set
Yes.
up.
Pretty much, I think that's everything.
Basically, what I might do is I'm gonna try and get a hold of Christy before she joins us next time, to see if I can't get her character done before next stream when we're actually having some fun. And we get to actually play the game.
Yay!
That'd be great.
It would be.
But this is what needed to be happened. So I apologize to everyone out there, especially you guys. The last couple of streams have basically been set up an explanation.
Yes.
But to be fair, like, had you not done that, then I wouldn't have been able to, like, do the updated character sheet, and then there would have been tears.
Yeah,
Basically.
that's true.
Basically, and plus, it would be better to update now whilst we're quite early in the scenario than update when we're halfway through. You guys are like level 10, you're really in tune with what your characters can do, and then I'm like, hey look everyone, it's like WoW Cataclysm, let's reset everything.
Or Battle for Azeroth, because
Yep.
what I have heard so far, it sounds that they are really aiming for making WoW free to play, or then just make all the players just scatter.
It's kind of strange because I tried to get back into WoW prior to just as Battle of Azeroth came in. I gave it.
Mhm.
I said, okay, I'll buy a 3-month subscription. I'll give you 3 months to win me over. I played it for 1 month and quit again.
Yeah.
And the
But
thing is, I'd probably play WoW again on the classic servers because classic is where I was born. Like that thing is gorgeous. And
classic WoW is vanilla is just gorgeous
it really
because
is.
you actually needed to grind it out,
Totally.
or then you would be just a tiny low level person who cannot do anything.
Yeah, and like I loved the fact that in vanilla WoW, it's like okay, if you ran around with a mace all the time, your mace skill would level up. But then if you suddenly got a really badass sword and wanted to use your sword's at level 1 mate, so you're not going to be able to hit very well until you level up your sword stat.
Yes.
It was so in depth, and the fact that like in order to go into this dungeon or join this raid, you needed the keys for it, or you needed the attunements for it. Like you were on a journey at all times to get to where you wanted to go and do what you wanted to do. And because you weren't restricted to, and because, of course, now WoW has the system in place where, like, okay, a lot of people, I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent of WoW whilst I'm on stream, but allow me to explain. I know a lot of people don't like Dungeon Finder, and they don't like the queue for raids because it kind of got rid of the idea of you get to a raid, you queue with a bunch of people when you're there, and you go in when you're ready. Like that's how it is. I get that. I think accessing them easier is fine. I think the problem is accessing them is one thing, but having it so that when you queue, you're having to queue for, like, I understand why they had to do this. Because they made it so that when you do join the queue, it queues you up against everyone in every server to heighten your chances of getting into what you want to play. Which makes sense.
Yes.
The bad part about that is that it gets rid of the community side of WoW. So, instead of having to make new friends, talk to people on your server, and get a group together the old-fashioned way, and who knows, creating friends that last a lifetime. Instead, now you're just randomly queuing up with so many other guys, and you're just doing the same thing over and over again, and you have no relation with them.
I agree with that because there is literally the moment when you actually realize that I actually had a long discussion with my friend and her sister, his sister, earlier today. How Vanilla and Burning Crusade were iconic games because of the system. The raid system worked and everything else, dungeon queues and everything. But what came after that, it just went to completely different direction, which kind of drove me away from WoW for a while.
I get you. Like,
and for now, Battle of Azeroth was suggested to me that I would level up, grind out my character to max level, and offer boosts for people. But there is the fact that I don't see the potential.
Yeah.
Because it's just, well, of course you would have like a large community while streaming WoW, but it's still still like if I'm not enjoying it, is it really worth it?
That's it. Like that's exactly the point. Like as I said, I gave it those 3 months, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. For what I did play, because I purposely made myself a character I knew I would fall in love with again. Because my highest level character was sadly gone, and I'm not sure how that happened. But my what was it? My level 80 troll rogue had been destroyed by Blizzard,
Okay.
which was silly. I don't know why that happened. But needless to say, I wanted to create a new character anyway, so not a big problem. And so I made a goblin shaman called Sticky Fingers, which I thought was really fun. And I thought, okay, what is the best way to make my character a well-known character in WoW? Give him a name that people will want to see and remember. I made that,
Yes.
and that's like the vanilla mentality. Now you make any goddamn name because no one gives a crap about what your name is unless you live stream or you're already a famous character making a new one. Like
Yes.
it's not right. That's why with Classic, when you did make your character, like if I made, obviously, just bearing in mind goblins weren't around back in Classic, but my troll rogue that I've had since Classic I don't even remember what I named him, but I named him a quirky name. I would walk around and people would just generally be wanting to talk to me because of my quirky name. And then we'll be on quests together, adventures together, going to a raid together, going to a dungeon together, and then building relationships from there. Because that's what WoW was all about, the community, and just building from there. Now the community's dead, and you wonder why, and it's because you've kind of made the community not want to talk to each other, because now it's just, you get through the grind to max level, and then the real content begins. And it's like, well, that's not fun. At least with Vanilla WoW, the journey itself from first level to max level was very much a very important factor of the game as well as endgame.
Yeah, because there was the mentality. I think Blizzard had the mentality that the journey is as important as the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in Vanilla WoW, which is why I'm actually going to give it a try when Vanilla servers come back.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I will as well, because I've seen some people that have been. I know some people have been able to demo the classic servers, and I've seen content. It is literally like it was back in the day, to the point where they still have the quest near Stormwind, where if you go up to the farm and do the chicken dance near the chickens, the chickens let you get the chicken egg to get the little chicken follower. And I'm like, yes!
Oh my god!
You kept that in!
Yeah.
Thank you!
I forgot about that!
It's
Oh my god!
It's little things like that that just make the game amazing. So I can't wait. And it's the fact that like you can be walking around with like your party of mates just taking on some mobs for a quest. When all of a sudden the rare mob pops up, you need 5 people to take this thing down. Let's go! And then it drops the rare drop and everyone's like, dude, don't need this. Don't. The haggle war begins.
Yeah, and there is the thing that when Vanilla WoW was the reason I almost had to repeat my eighth grade because I was so in love with the game.
I know, right? Like
it was.
Oh, so good.
My is it GPA? The average?
Oh, grade point average, yeah.
Yeah. GPA. My GPA was 7.3 when I. Oh, it was 7.6 when I started to play WoW. And after I played WoW through 8th grade, my GPA was 6.9.
Dang.
And after that happened, I actually was like, okay, now I gotta focus on school, on ninth grade. And ninth grade, I managed to claw myself up to 7.35, which I'm really happy about. It could be better. It could have been like 7.6, but of course, a teenager me, I got lazy. I didn't feel like studying so much.
I get you.
Unlike now, I just love studying, and I'm actually probably gonna be applying to uni
Nice.
coming spring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Because we're going on a bit of a nostalgic tangent with WoW. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be doing more development work on the game. Which, if you want to see how things are going, heavily suggest you follow me on Facebook on that one. I will put my social links in the chat for people to enjoy. Or if you don't want to see it in the chat, you can actually check it in the description below, wherever you may be. If you follow me on Facebook. So here's the thing. I'm using Twitter more often. I'm just tweeting whatever the heck, responding to people, all that jazz. For Facebook, I am sharing every single one of my changelogs about the game. And there I talk a little bit about what I've been working on, what some of my ideas about the changes have been, and you can see all the updated changes from every day I've been working on the game. Which I'm heavily sharing. A lot of people are actually enjoying, and then messaging me saying, dude, I'm actually really interested now with all these changes you're making and all that jazz, which is great. That's what I wanted to do, as well as it also helps me keep a log, obviously, of everything I've done, or else I'll forget if in case I end up taking a week's break and I come back to it, I'm like, now what? I don't like that. So yes, if you want that, follow on Facebook. Twitter, I'm just talking about anything. Discord, it's all about the fun times. Still having fun times on Discord. I'm also going to try, of course with Discord as well, we've got a bunch of things going on where you can just jump on in, play games with each other and all that fun jazz. Live streams in general. Live stream schedule has been rocky recently, but that's because I've been focusing on development rather than live streaming in general. Trying to keep the Ring Warrior streams for Fridays, of course. The Pokemon Type Loc is still ongoing, and I will keep that going because I really, really enjoy it. But I am looking to incorporate, as I said earlier, SmackDown vs. Raw, the original from the PlayStation 2 days, onto the schedule. Where I will be making my own custom-made character, me, in the wrestling world. And I will be trying to beat the game on all its difficulty settings using that bad boy, which I can't wait to try and do. And I remember doing all the challenges and all the legendary difficulties, and I'm going to try that and have some fun with that. And if that goes well, I might go forward through the SmackDown vs. Raw games, or even backwards to Here Comes the Pain, which I also love to pieces. My god, that game. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to the Ring Warriors live stream yet again. Next week, we'll be continuing our legendary scenarios where the ladies and gentlemen of the game go out there, beat the living snot out of their rivals, and finally, we will see if Lavanya can become the first champion of the party.
Woo!
We'll see.
And I am actually going to say one thing. The things on my end have been rocky as well, because I have had this problem of not being very motivated to stream lately. But I have now regained motivation because there is new map in Ring of Elysium and all that fun jazz.
Nice.
I am going to be having my own Ring of Elysium streams happening every from Wednesday to probably Wednesday and Thursday, and probably on Saturdays and Sundays as well.
Sweet.
We'll have to see that what happens.
While you're plugging. Can't help but quickly throw a quick shout out to Scrub Force One, the group I've been working with
Yep.
the last few weeks, and we've been doing a lot of games. Currently, me and Matt are doing A Way Out. I'm currently also doing Kingdom Hearts 2 hype stream. Well, not currently right now, but I'm just playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 on Proud Mode in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3. We also play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, a bit of CSGO, all sorts. And we're live most days. I think we're live. We were live earlier anyway. But yeah, Scrub Force 1.
Very nice. And Tash, have
Thank
you
you.
got any plugs?
Like European style or normal style?
We've got a nice one in the bath.
Yeah. No, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. All that fun jazz. Be sure to tune in next time for when the Wing Warriors crew returns. Friday, 7:30 the stream begins with the pre-streamy stuff where I can be talking to you guys on the stream chat. And then we'll be kicking things off from the 8 o'clock in the PMs where we'll be kicking some serious butt. If you don't want to miss out, be sure that you're subscribing, following and all that fun jazz. Be sure to follow me on the social links to actually find the links for when we do go live as well. I'm being so hyped and I'm getting through this as fast as I can because I really want to do it. I'm the most expensive man on the planet, Dom, the expert of Coles, creator and game master of Ring Warriors. I'm joined by the Warriors themselves from every creed known to mankind. We'll see you next time, and until then, stay explosive. We'll be seeing you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.